This one reminds me of this particular place. It's really hard to set a camera up at. This reminds me of that show that I don't even know what show it is. It has the Truth Booth or whatever. That kind of looks like it's, oh well, forget about the angle. I wanted to do a vlog outside today, but the wind it's really been pretty stiff here. Yeah, it was feels like they got holes in them. I'm just waking up again. I don't really know what day it is. I know it's getting to be nighttime again. The last 1 week ago, it was the first night where I could turn the air conditioner off, and the first night where I could sit outside. It was a little chilly, you know. It's kind of nice after. It feels like it might be a cool winter. I don't know yet, but after bitching about that one song a little bit, and not really bitching, just more kind of annoyed that, you know, the way people's minds work. But I think it got that song Mercy Street, which is, and anybody can see that I've done some that are a terrific job. Out of 23, there's like 7 that are terrific, and then others that are real good, and nothing on there's just complete shit, you know. I'm a smart enough producer to step away from things and be realistic. That's what, you know, makes you professional, is just to be able to objectively look at stuff. It's the hardest with your own material. It's much easier with somebody else's stuff. It's just instant. Now on YouTube, I can listen to any especially acoustic cover performance of anything, and within the first 3 words, sometimes the strumming will be really imprecise, but the song is sung on key and delivered properly, you know, and nicely, really great. So there's some great stuff on there, some horrible stuff too, but yeah, within the first couple words I can tell if something's just going to be horrible or passable or, you know, amazing. But yeah, Mercy Street got like 40 thumbs up last night. Still has, only got 2 more thumbs down actually. And anyway, it's funny because Peter Gabriel fans, what I'm learning from looking at the data, because all this stuff I know who did it, when, where, what, not, how. Like, one older gentleman came by today from Portugal, and he just raved about, posted on Mercy Street, he just raved about how great that was and how much he loved it. That's the thing, people just, that one draws out a lot of emotion, I guess. And well, I know it does, because I made it, the video on the song too, and it is an emotional, it's a great song. But I love my first couple of cigarettes in the morning. But this older gentleman, it seemed like a cool guy. He just raved about Mercy Street on a post on the song, and didn't give it a thumbs up, and then went on to the next one, which is Something I Can Never Have, and which has also been raved on and came out really, really nice. And in my, not just because I did it, but in my professional opinion, the song and the video are really strong and just really, really good, and some of the best stuff I've ever done. And I'm getting back into the swing again. But he raved about how great Mercy Street was, then seconds later went to Something I Can Never Have and gave it a thumbs down. And I went to a site, and he had one cover of Salisbury Hill, Peter Gabriel, up, and I didn't bother thumbing it down or anything, because what the deal is, and I don't thumbs down only advertisements or just complete, you know, waste of time stuff. Uh, when I'm falsely drawn to a site, or there's another situation that happens. Not much at all. I can't remember the last downward thumb I gave. Hate thumb. But yeah, I mean, what I'm finding out is people who like Peter Gabriel, he's sort of, I thought they would be very open-minded. The people who like Trent Reznor, hardly any thumbs down on any of my songs. And I could give a shit less. It's just I'm very curious about the data and why. But with Peter Gabriel fans, they tend to be very... and that's, I know this because I keep logs of everybody I send to and what happens. And when they kicked in, they started posting how much they love that song, and then we'll go right on to another one and thumbs down it. You know, not much. I only got like maybe 3 or 5 thumbs down in the last 24 hours, and like 60 thumbs up on all songs. There's 2,000 and like 2,300 thumbs up on all my stuff, and only 67 down, so I would call that a big success. But you know, it's just fascinating to me the way people's minds work. One of the things I'm trying to show people is, like, music is music, good music is good music. The style doesn't really matter for me anyway, except, you know, really hard to listen to stuff like death metal or hardcore, or that barking shit where I don't understand. I do kind of understand it, but I don't want it. It's annoying to me. I'll get into one of those occasionally, you know. It's fun. Thrash metal, but not much, you know. But I can dig it. But yeah, the Peter Gabriel fans, they have been real judgmental motherfuckers. You know, that one guy pretty much sums it up. He raved about Mercy Street, and it is an awesome mix and a great job. And then you consider the situation I did it in. It's an astounding piece of work, you know. But he didn't give it a thumbs up, but raved about it in the comment. A lot of people forget the thumbs up. But then went right to the next one and thumbs down. And I think it's because he was kind of, you know, a certain age where he liked mellow stuff, as I do. Really, I'm noticing mostly. That's something I've learned is, so, you know, he was sort of an example of what's been going on. And I got like a bunch of thumbs down, like maybe 10 in the last few days. Before that, for several, like a week or two, didn't have any. Only up, and a lot of up, you know. I found out Trent Reznor fans can go either way. They'll go for 9 Inch Nails fans can go for the hardest stuff and love it, or just the sappiest crap and love it. But not, you would think Peter Gabriel fans would be more open-minded. Not that any of this matters. I'm just curious, really curious, and I'm curious about what makes people hate. Oh, the other thing I've discovered is you put Highway to Hell or Whole Lotta Love guitar rockin' songs as the feature. This is weird about Peter Gabriel fans. They love I featured that for like 12 hours. I don't even care about that anymore. I'm so sick. I love Highway to Hell, but I'm sick of it, and I'm sick of my version. I was sick of their version. I'm sick of mine now, you know. And mine's updated, and it's 2 songs in one. It's actually Have a Drink on Me and Highway to Hell woven together in a kind of a clever way. But it's weird. Peter Gabriel fans loved Highway to Hell, and everybody, in fact, if you feature a rockin' song like that shows you doing something, they gain respect for you and give less thumbs down all the way around. But I was interested in, and I'm going to still do it this way, to just power through a bunch of people and get the latest stuff I've done reviewed before it ends up, you know, way down. Then they're not even going to the playlist. Most people look at your uploads and choose the latest couple to mess with. But that was weird. Peter Gabriel fans like A Whole Lot of Love and Highway to Hell, and everybody's much less likely to give a thumbs down on anything if you introduce them to your site with something rocking like that. I think it sort of gains the respect. They can see you're actually playing the music. A couple people have said, one guy posted, "Oh, you have great backing tracks." And it's like, I don't use backing tracks. I create everything I do is created from scratch. So it's like, I think that may be a little misunderstood too, that I create all the music from scratch. It's not like some one guy posted, "You have amazing backing tracks. Where do you get those?" And I was like, "Oh man, you're misunderstanding. I make all of this, by hand from scratch." But it's very curious to me how people operate, how their minds work. Somebody unable to detach from it. Usually the whole thing, I mean, overall, I have to bear in mind it's just a little bitty dinky bullshit site on a bullshit thing, YouTube, it is what it is. And what my hope is that the best possible thing that could happen with this, for me, a lot of people a few people have said, I'm going to make an album and sell it. I already could have sold several hundred, and at $10 a piece, that's a few $100 a month extra. In a 3-month period, I could have sold, I've had a couple hundred requests for, where can I download and buy this? And so even at $10 a pop, for an album, that would have been, $3,000, not bad. But what probably is going to happen is these superstars, or stars, and I know this to be true, this is just the way the business works, are constantly trolling the net looking for new production styles and approaches to old songs, or just new styles all the way around. If they spot a clever style, they'll steal it and use it themselves, and everybody go, "Oh my God, he's the most clever man," this well-known individual. And they have people doing it, and they do it themselves. Everybody does it. Somebody once said, "Great composers don't borrow, they steal," and that's that's true. But probably what will happen is some superstar will grab some of the covers I've done, or several of them, over many years' time, or even soon, and steal the style that I've done them in. If they happen to think it's clever. I think some of them are cleverly done, others not so much, But that's probably what will happen with this. Somebody posted on Coldplay Clocks, the white trash ghetto lounge version that I do, or just made that style up. They posted, "Dude, I would take this down immediately before somebody discovers this style you've created and steals it." And that's a valid thought, However, when I was developing people for major labels and stuff, it's really annoying to run into somebody who's like, "Man, my style is so unique that we can't, give you a copy of the record, or if you get a copy or whatever," and you're like, the person's just coming off like it's so unique and so clever that they don't want to release it. Well, what happens in every case? It goes nowhere, and it sits in their garage, and nothing ever happens with that person. For me, and I've found this to be true, that I have an unlimited number of styles that I can come up with and create. Everybody does. But when I try to hold on to something really tightly, like if something comes out great and it's a particular style that I know I could do 1,000 songs in that style, if I try to hold on to it, not only do I not come up with really many more styles, it seems like, But when you hold on to stuff, it just stays there. Nothing happens with it. You have to be willing to let go of it, And it is annoying when you're a professional to have, professionally developing people or screening people or listening to stuff, to have somebody go, well, no, we can't have that be, made public here and there because it's this unique style that I do and somebody will steal it. Well, what else is going to happen? It's going to sit in your fucking garage, or, these 1,000 CDs or nothing. So that's one thing. But yeah, probably what will happen is somebody will steal it. The best thing, but on the other flip side of that, the best thing, and what I hope will happen, and soon might happen, is, whether we know it or not, when I was growing up, there's been thousands of these, and it happens all the time. People break through by covering a song, and what I'm hoping is just to do a really great job on covering a song people love and have that break through and become so popular that it's associated with, me and my thing, and then that propels the rest of the thing to a certain level. But that's one thing that could happen that would be great. Like growing up, I grew up with Michael Jackson, who, I can kind of take early, but he had some good stuff. He was definitely a drug addict, really had a bad prescription drug problem that they tried, I don't know why they try to hide that. He was just a drug addict, But, he did Rockin' Robin. And it's like, I thought a lot of times when you cover a song like 10 or 20 years after it was done, people think you wrote that. But he did a cover of Rockin' Robin that sort of helped him break through, and hundreds of other examples of that. And so I always thought, until my mom told me, oh no, I grew up with that song, I thought he wrote it, but it's, the good things and so much good has come out of this already. It's great, really, I have nothing to complain about. Thousands of thumbs up and 60 down. It's like, yeah, there's a lot of unfair thumbs and hate thumbs, and anytime I look at the statistics and I see that for 3 weeks there were not really many downward thumbs, and then on one day there were 10. Well, yeah, you think it was a hater? Duh. That's kind of like saying, hey, you guys, I've discovered that they have pornography on the internet, shocker. It's like, yeah, that's like obvious stuff, But really, I'm just, one of the things I was trying to demonstrate with my site is the diverse capabilities I have in music, from everything from classical to rap to thrash metal to country. I can produce it, play all the instruments and produce it. So I was trying to kind of demonstrate that, but I think, I realize today a lot of people aren't ready for that, and there's a whole lot of psychology behind this, and introducing people to a nice rockin' tune sort of sets them up and show them you play, guitar well, and people have a love affair with the guitar. So once you sort of teach them right off the bat to sort of, respect this guy, he's good, he's a good player, they're much less likely to thumbs down anything. But if they don't see you playing something, like with Mercy Street, most people don't realize I played all those instruments or programmed them, or both, So, it's curious, but I do the same thing, It's a curious thing. I don't know, you just learn so much about people from doing all this, and about yourself. And usually I'm able to, I've said it, I'll say it, just disconnect completely from it. Like I could give a shit about the thumbs today. But that's kind of, in I minored in experimental psychology and was used to go to all the 12-step groups a lot, and was with a woman who was way into all of that, and we used to talk about all the time how on one day I can decide. It's that constant struggle we all go through with stuff. One day I can decide and do so effectively that I'm not going to look at the thumbs or look at the stats at all anymore, and even if I do, it's not going to mean anything, and I can be okay with that. But for weeks sometimes, and then it's weird how it comes and goes in life, stuff. It's like, and then then one day it just has this huge impact on me all of a sudden. And I think that's what sucks about being a human being, is that the stuff that we're sensitive to, and the ability to be always balanced and level comes and goes, and that's sort of that eternal struggle we all go through with sort of being, there's another email, being balanced on things. Like being alcoholic or addict, they say you're having you get in a blue funk some days for no reason, even if you're sober many, many years, and it's like sort of unpredictable, and it comes and goes in big waves like that, and it's just part of being human, is that one day you can be really balanced and go, oh, well, fuck the thumbs down, who cares? And then the next, for weeks, 2 or 3 weeks, I'll go like that. And I think we all do. I know we do. And it used to be this constant, me and my girlfriend would constantly talk about this, and she's like a noted psychiatrist and author, so it was kind of a professional conversation all the time. We're like, why does this happen? But it's just part of being human. I think that's probably why there's a guy who wandered around the Middle East who I've studied extensively at different times in my life, and he said, each day contains enough evil sufficient thereof. I think that's what he was talking about. It's like every day is going to be a struggle with yourself, to sort of be good with everything. So, yeah, I don't know if I ever talked about that, but I was raised in a very strict, devoutly religious family, and that's kind of why I'm not anti-God, but I'm anti-religion. Not even anti-religion, I'm not really anti-anything. It's just, yeah, I was raised devoutly religious, and then also, studied theology and so on. So it's like, yeah, I'm no newcomer to all of these concepts, But, yeah, each day contains enough evil sufficient thereof. I think that's what he was saying. Is some days you're going to be good, and other days you're just going to struggle to get anywhere. So, yeah, I'm going to do a vlog on a lot of people ask me about the technical stuff about producing music, and I'm going to do one on that. So, this whole series of them. What you need to buy, what you need, and so on. And nowadays it's so readily available for so cheap, but you need to know pretty much exactly what to get. Then how to use it has taken me a lifetime. Anybody can make great music at home now for pennies. It's insane. So let's see. I guess I can do the pissed off rapper ending, because I have had an attitude lately. How's that one go? It goes like, let's see, pissed off rapper. Oh yeah, they always go, all I'm on YouTube is like, yo, peace out, motherfucker.